All right. Welcome back to another Danger Cats podcast. It's me, your boy, Uncle Hack, back in the booth, back with the hot mic. Few things to talk about. But first, dangercatshop.com. Go there, use the promo code podcast69, get 15% off your order today. That's right. We're trying to blow out all the shit that we got left sitting at the warehouse there. So, fucking grip yourself some merch. Get a little deal from listening to the pod. I appreciate you coming around and listening to this. This is my favorite thing to do, revolving around the Danger Cats, besides any sort of content creation. So I appreciate you all coming, stopping by and listening to what the fuck it is I got to say. There we have it. Lots of things to talk about this week. Oh man, there's just this shit in the air here in Canada. There's just like, I don't know. I obviously our analytics show me that predominantly Canadians listen to this, so I'm going to talk a little bit more of like what's happening in Canada. Man, I don't know. I don't know what to think about this. Like, I understand you have the right to protest with all the railways and the pipeline, but the shitty thing is it's not just all of the natives or all of these crackerjack fucking dipshits out in Vancouver. It's like a small handful of people that are just, man, why? Why? Just why? It's always just like 10 or 15 people that fuck everything else up for everyone around them. Like, fuck off. It's just annoying. And like, the old me would be all over it, just yapping and chirping the fuck. But I just like find myself not fucking caring anymore. It's just annoying. It's annoying. It's annoying people. I was having a good conversation with a guy the other day and talking about this, and it's the same people. With the childish-like behavior, they're like, it's like when a kid throws a tantrum. And, I got an idea. There we go. And the fucking, when this kid throws I'm mumbling my words. Let me get Big Trudy, baby. But yeah, like protesters now, like back in the 60s, 70s, they were fighting for something. They just want some equal rights, man. Like, I don't want to go to war. I don't want to get shot. Don't put me in the draft. Hey, that makes sense. Like, I don't know about you, but if they're like, hey, listen, buddy, load up. You got to go. You're going to go probably get shot in Vietnam. I'm like, fuck. Do I got an option? They're like, no, you got to go. I'm like, damn. But I'm the type of person that would be like, okay, I guess I got to do this. I wouldn't be one of these revolutionists at the time being like, fuck that shit. But it didn't happen in Canada, of course, obviously, because all them hippies fucking gravitated towards British Columbia, which gives us the issues that we have today. The funny thing is about the LNG pipeline. I was watching a little clip. There the other day. And they're interviewing some of the people that are protesting it, and they don't have a fucking clue what the hell they're protesting. They're like, well, do you know where the pipeline's coming from? Alberta. Incorrect. It's coming from your own province, the northern part of your province of Fort St. John, you dipshits. Do you know what's in that pipeline? Crude oil. Also incorrect. It's LNG. Natural fucking gas. My God. If you're going to hate on something, take the 15 fucking minutes to figure out what the hell it is you hate. 15 minutes. That's all it would have took. You would have just took not even 5. It would have took 5 minutes. Quick scroll on the Google. Pull out your googly phone and fucking have a little look-see about what the hell it is you're pissed off about today. Instead of just going out and being like, you know what? I'm mad. And I'm going to let everybody else know I'm mad. I don't know what I'm mad about, but I'm going to let everybody know I'm mad. Like, fuck me. That's what stresses me out. That's why I don't argue anymore with anybody. It's like, first off, I don't dig up enough information for me to give a healthy debate, like a good, healthy debate. So I don't even bother with it. It's a waste of my time. Secondly, is you can't even reason with these people. It goes for both sides. The extreme left and extreme right are they're the most irrational people on the planet. They're right and everybody else is wrong. You know, it's like, take like white supremacy or I don't know, what would something else be similar to that? So I'm not just but yeah, white supremacy, because everybody, oh, you're a Nazi, you're a Nazi. I'm not a Nazi. I'm not. Just because I'm a white boy doesn't automatically make me I've seen, you know what? I seen this cracked me up. I watched one of those Antifa fucks. I went down to one of them protests down in downtown Edmonton, and I watched one of these Antifa sons of bitches look at a Filipino man, that's right, Filipino, and call him a Nazi. I've since then I've realized that I'm the idiot. You know, I'm apparently these Filipinos coming over here infiltrate. They taking our jobs at the Tim Hortons. Fuck, like it's coming too much to even give a shit about. That's where, like, you know, let's just all stop paying taxes. Fuck everybody else. Let's watch the world burn and watch the whole government sweat, corporations sweat, and just watch it all crumple from the goddamn top to the bottom, starting at the bottom. If you just decided, you know, like, piss on it, I'm not paying no taxes. Seize my bank account. I took it all out in cash. It's in hard cash sitting in my house. Come get it. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm not gonna pay my car payment. Come get it. I'm not gonna pay my insurance. Fuck it. Don't give a shit. If everybody just decided to do that one day, like if we all banded together, could you imagine the chaos that would ensue? The Canadian military is not big enough, and our land is way too big in size to control. That's what makes it tough when you try and compare Canada standing up for itself to France. France, like Paris, is a huge city. The population of Paris is bigger than our whole country. So could you imagine? And are you going to drive 16, 17 hours? I mean, like those fellas there, what was that movement called? That big convoy went all the way to Parliament Hill. And look, they drove all the way there, got zero media coverage. Nobody gave a shit that you showed up. You basically went there, and Big Trudy wasn't even there. He didn't give a shit. He didn't come out. Andrew Scheer over there, that little fucking church boy looking fuck over there, praising the ground that they all walk on. United as we roll. That's what it was called. But nobody gave a shit that they showed up there. That's what I mean. Like, nobody gives. Then, like, on the flip side, 16 people fucking standing in front of a goddamn railway shut the whole country down. You know, fuck. I don't get this. I do not get Canada. I don't get North. Sometimes I struggle. I don't know about you, but I struggle, like, with this North American mentality. Like, I don't need to sound all hippie here, but I don't get it. I just don't understand it. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I encourage, like, everybody to go travel a little bit. Go see a little bit of the world and see how other people go about their lives, because it's quite interesting, you know? Like, last year around this time, I was in Bali, in Asia, and the way they go about life is, like, very relaxed. It's a very relaxed country. It was great to be there. They're pretty spiritual, so, you know, it's just like, you know what, man? If the world was meant to do it, it was gonna do it anyways. Which isn't, like, the worst way of thinking, you know? Like, over here, we're just dog eat dog, you know? When a man's down, you'll just kick him further just to step over top of him. So it's a refreshing feeling to know that some places in the world operate like that, and they take care of one another. It's interesting. That's why, you know, like, whenever these young bucks are like, oh, what do I got to do to get in the patch? It's like, man, just go get a trade. Go get a trade. and go work these 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, and spend those 2 weeks and go travel, go see the world while you're young, make fucking big stacks. And believe it or not, when you go to these countries, the cost of living is so cheap, so you're essentially saving money and traveling, partying, meeting new people all around. Go back for 2 weeks, work your bag off, stack some chips, and go fucking see another place. I wish there was somebody like, somebody older that would have looked at me and told me to do that, because I would have definitely followed in them footsteps. Instead, I was a stubborn prick, and I did what I wanted. I went and I'm like, no, I want to try MMA. So I just went and got like just a regular ass laboring job, so that way I could train and fight, with no intentions to ever go into the UFC. Never in my head did I think like, oh yeah, I'm going to be the next Chuck Liddell, brother. At that time, like Liddell, Rampage Jackson, and all those guys were pretty big. So this is like 10 years ago. Yeah, 10 years ago. My God, time flies. It's crazy. And as you get older, you notice it more and more. Like days just become minutes, and it fucks me up, man. It fucks me up. I'll sip your poo of fucking water. But yeah, that would probably be my biggest advice to the younger cats that listen to this. Is like, man, go travel. You know, if you're struggling with some shit, just go fucking travel. You got nothing to lose. You know, if you think life is tough, wait till you get older. Wait, and if you got kids, and I understand some of you got kids and it's tough to get away, and some of you are young and have kids, and you know what? At the end of the day, hey, it's not a mistake. It's just, that's your life. That's your reality. But you need to take time for yourself and figure that shit out. And man, even when I look like I have my shit together, I don't. You know, like I talked about in that Bell Let's Talk episode of like battling with the drugs and alcohol and depression and the things I was going through. And I'm still like going through it, you know, but I'm figuring it out. I'm recognizing the problems at hand and trying to assess them accordingly. And you know, this is a good form of expression of getting that off my chest, and maybe and obviously it's like it's helped some people get through whatever the hell they're trying to get through. And that means a lot. So if you know, walking that path alone is never easy, and some of this shit is tough to talk about, man. Like some of us just bottle some shit up, and it's good that like dudes reach out and they talk with their buddies or go for a beer with their buddies. And like I'm saying everything's good in moderation. Like every now and then, yeah, like I've said many times, a couple drinks turns into a couple too many in a fucking in a heartbeat. But it's good to like always have them friends, or have that family member, or even your significant other that you can open up to and tell them like what's going on inside your dome. Because like, man, you bottle that shit up for too long, it's gonna fucking eat you away. Like if you have any sort of regret, or like what's the other word, like even if you're depressed, it's good to talk about it and get it out in the open, so that way people understand what the fuck it is you're going through, and you have people there for you. And you know, like, and I'm not saying everybody does this, but a lot of people then use you know what I mean? That this is a fine line to walk on to talk about this kind of shit right here, because like a lot of people I've noticed like kind of use anxiety, depression as a form of getting attention. And I wouldn't say do it like that. Like, talk to somebody about it. Like, if you're using it as a form to get attention from people, that you're just going to get negative attention. And to me, that I think that nests in your head that the only time people want to talk to you are when you're crying out loud, or crying for help. And over that course of time, if you're not doing anything to correct that mentality, or you're not doing anything to better your life, and you're constantly doing that for attention, it just creates more negativity in your own world, if that makes sense. I may have explained it in a very horrible way, but you know, you see people do that, and then they find a way to get attention through a negative action, and it certainly causes, I think, long-term effects, because then it's like, oh, well, this guy I like won't talk to me only until I say some outlandish shit or I post something, and then he asks, is everything okay? And then I have somebody to talk to, rather than just opening the conversation. You know, you see people use social media like that a lot, and I think that's a incorrect way. I think direct contact, or be like, you know what, hit up your buddy, just be like, yo, like your buddy or your significant other, and just, hey man, do you mind if we go for a coffee? And believe it or not, you think you get inside your own head and on some shit, and it fucks you up. But you know, just know that you're not alone on that path. And like, I didn't mean for this podcast to be so preachy, and it's just, I don't know. This is a good way where I express myself and just put like my true self out there, because a lot of these videos, man, like that whole 9 Live series was shot in 2018. So that footage is coming on 2 years old. So and I'm a totally different person than I was while filming that. I was still trying to figure out what the fuck it is I'm doing with Danger Cats. I had no idea what to do with this. And you see the behavior of like other YouTubers, and you kind of mold, you know, you start thinking you're something you're not. And like I thought that at that time, I was like, okay, we got to go out and we got to make this erratic behavior content, like this erratic behavior, the nature of our content, and going out and being a shitbag, and like this is what people expected you to be, therefore you should just turn into this. And that was the incorrect way of going about it, because it just like, it was a downward spiral from there, and it just fucked things up. Like, you know what I mean? Like reckless behavior of not keeping yourself accountable, having yes men in your corner, like anything you want to do, yes. And it did not help at all. Where now, like looking back, am I happy that happened? Yeah, I am, or else I wouldn't be left with the thoughts that I have today. So, you know, you go through those steps. And did I ever think that I was going to be a social media person? I don't even know what to label my job. We do so many different things with Danger Cats, like blogging, and trying to expand it as best as possible, that it's unique in its own way. And I don't think that going out and being that person was what it was intended for. And it's good to just like reel it all back in, finally get on this path that I'm comfortable with, and not so much just being a shitbag. You know, like I enjoy that everybody likes the funny shit that we throw out there, but at the same time, if it's affecting your lifestyle and affecting how you think, how you feel, how you interact with people, obviously it's a problem. If you're a fun guy to be around, you're happy, and you know you're an enjoyment to be around, then by all means, man, like live your life. Like, as long as, I got 2 rules: as long as you ain't raping or murdering nobody, man, fucking have at it. And don't do anybody dirty. You know, there's too many fucking losers in the world, and I've met a handful of them already that just, you know, come in and fuck things up in your own world. And partially a little bit of that though is my fault, by not being aware of my surroundings. So I do have to blame myself on some of that. So at the end of the day, you know what, you're in control. You're in control, and you need to do the things that you need to do to find your happiness. I don't think that happiness is found in money, even though I'm all about people getting their money. As long as you ain't being a shitbag. If you are being a shitbag, ripping people off, man, you're in for a rude fucking awakening. And that's my TED Talk. But on the real, though, you know, like, I'm not sure if anybody really gives a shit about what I have to say, but I do throw it out there because, you know what, man, at the end of the day, if I can help 10 people, even one person, if I can help one person get through what they need to get through, then I'm happy. You know what I mean? If I can make one person laugh, That's one, that's one more person that's getting a chuckle, that's having a good time, and that's all that matters to me. Do I wish I was rich? Of course, I would do this on a larger scale. I would try new things. I would do much, much, much more, and try and build a bigger community, and have all anybody that supports the brand or supports myself, and just, even a like and share means a lot to me now. Where before it was just like, how do I get it? How do I get it? You get consumed by this social media bullshit. And like I said before, like on the last podcast, I talked about me and Zip Ties. Definitely check them out. Thanks again, Zip, for giving me a shout out on your page. I truly appreciate that. That's awesome. I see tons of comments of guys coming in and commenting that Zip Tie sent me, and that's sick, man. I really appreciate it. I know he listens to this, and I really, truly appreciate it. You're a deadly human, so definitely I'll return the favor. Definitely go on Zip Tie's page and just comment and say, you fuck with the cats. I'm here from the cats. I know a guy like that will appreciate it big time. But me and him had a good conversation about the whole mask of social media, and that a lot of people are not real on it. You know what I mean? Like, I try and be myself all the time, even during those times where I was being a bit of a shitbag human and being a fucking loser and doing the drugs and drinking, like, and that getting out of control. I always tried to be myself. Like, whatever I was going through at that time, I wasn't trying to fake anything. Like, I'm rich, like I'm famous, or whatever it is. And I think a lot of people use that to mask, and they don't see the cause and effect, and that I talk about it on here. And I know I'm not a huge influencer. Or whatever the fuck you want to call it, a big YouTuber. I'm merely a drop in the ocean compared to this, to other people that are producing content. But again, like, a lot of people don't see everything that happens behind the scenes. All you're getting is the forefront. You see the videos that they produce. You don't know how they think, how they feel, who they truly are as a person. You could be anybody you want on the internet. And I think that's where people get this fucked up. I think that's where you see these fucking wingnuts coming out of nowhere and blowing up. And I think it fucks them up, because you went from, not saying you're a loser, but maybe being the kid that you were picked on in high school, to being this social media influencer that has 2.3 million followers. So getting that attention that used to be negative, and now people just boom, boom, whether they like your content or not. But then those demons in your closet, bro, come out. Like, can you imagine, just on a larger scale, your bullying went from like 2 or 3 people picking on you to 2 or 3 million picking on you? Man, like, I don't know how some of them get through it, but kudos. I hope they're happy. That's all. I don't wish evil on many people. There's a handful of people, but I think everybody has like a list of about 5 people that they're just like, man, fuck that guy. I can't stand him. But, you don't go out of your way. Like, I think that's a childish way to just go and be like, listen, this guy's a dickhead. This guy's a dickhead. This guy's a dickhead. What's coming to them will get to them. The universe works in mysterious ways, my friend, and trust me, I definitely believe in that shit. Moving on. I'll quit being so fucking preachy right now. I'm seeing this more and more. Tim Hortons. You know what I mean? Tim Hortons is out here with some fake ass patriotism. I don't care what anybody says, man. Fuck Tim Hortons. I cannot stand their coffee. It's basically hot dog piss filtered through moose shit. That's about the taste I think you would get with Tim Hortons coffee currently. When's the last time you went to Tim Hortons and you didn't wait 6 to 10 minutes for a cup of coffee that tastes like shit? It's probably been a long time. And I love how they're like out there just marketing the shit that they're still Canadian. False. I did a little research. You're owned by a Brazilian company, majority owned by a Brazilian company, and they partnered with, who was it, Wendy's, and they made the International Food Restaurants or Restaurant Foods, some corporation. So there's 3 of them in. Just because you got a head office in fucking Toronto or Hamilton, wherever it is, does not make you Canadian. Could you imagine if Tim Hortons spent the same amount of time that they put into making shitty foods that just taste like fucking decomposed rubber that they put into making a decent cup of coffee? Like, look at that. They have some shitty sugar-filled fucking, hey, we got Timbit cereal. Great. Still haven't figured out how to make a decent cup of coffee, though. Man, that place, like, and I hate the fact that it's like, you know, I'm Canadian, I go to Tim Hortons. No, fuck you. Fuck you. I hate the fact that Tim Hortons is like part of Canadian culture. When it first started, like Tim Hortons, I don't know if any of you know this, but Tim Horton was a defenseman for the Toronto Maple Leafs in, when did he play? It was in the early 60s, maybe late 50s, early 60s. He won 4 Stanley Cups. Impressive. Like he played from... Actually, I think he played longer than that. He opened Tim Hortons in 1964 and passed away in 1974. Won 4 Stanley Cups, played a majority of his career with the Toronto Maple Leafs. And then I believe he went on to play for the Pittsburgh Penguins, New York Rangers, and Buffalo Sabres. You can fucking stat check me. I'm going off my memory here. I can't remember. Impressive record, though. He was known for being a big brute force fucking good old Canadian boy playing in the league, and then opened up a donut shop, and then it just went out of control. He passed away in 74, and then I can't remember. Somebody came in and bought everybody out. His business partner bought everybody out. I don't know the whole history of Tim Hortons, to be honest. But the 90s, you know, when they really blew up. Timmy's was, you know, early 2000s. You remember being with your buddies, you go and grab yourself a fucking mocha or a coffee. All they had was coffee, maybe a couple sandwiches and some fucking donuts. And they weren't even that bad. Like, you were like, I think I'd rather go to the local bakery than grab a Tim Hortons donut. But it was convenient, you know. Where now you go in and it's like, first off, 24-hour breakfast. You ask for a breakfast sandwich at 2 p.m. Oh, sorry, we can't serve that right now. We're all out. Well, what's the fucking point of having breakfast at 2 p.m. if you can't even serve it? Like, fuck me. It's always as soon as something goes corporate, that's the moment it starts shitting the bed. That's the moment it just goes all to hell. You know, like, fuck. But that's the main thing, though. It's like, it drives me banana. Oh, I can't wait to go to Canada and try Tim Hortons. Oh, yeah. You remember in Austin Powers when he drinks the shit? The boiled diarrhea and just like, it's a bit nutty. Like, that right there is exactly what Tim Hortons coffee is. Boiled diarrhea shit, strained and served to you with a smile and a fuckload of sugar and cream to mask that horrible taste, served to you right by a Filipino import, just trying to get a little bit of fucking money to send back to the Philippines. And that, my friends, is Canada in a nutshell. Oh, this place drives me fucking nuts. You remember back in like when was it? Oh, it would have been like 2002, 2003. I know you motherfuckers that listen to this are like my age. A lot of you are 25 to 35. I'm right fuck dab in the middle. I'm 29 years old, for those that did not know. But do you recall that Molson Canadian commercial? And it was like, I am Canadian. And it just exude Canadians as these beer-drinking, tough sons of bitches. Where now I feel like Canada's viewed... like, it's from leadership down. Like, I feel like Canadians are viewed as just like pussies, straight up pussies. Like, our leader goes around, he just gets cocked everywhere he goes. He goes to shake a man's hand and they're like, don't even fucking touch me, you're a puss. And then they're like, Oh, you're coming over here to do business, huh? You're sending old fucking fancy socks to come over here and do some business. I can't wait to rake Canada over the coals. Oh, by the way, we're not buying your grain. Suck my Chinese cock. And fuck, like, oh. It used to be a time, like, where you used to be proud to be Canadian. And I'm sorry, but, like, I don't know in the last, I'm happy that I am Canadian because we're known around the world of being just beauties. But then when you're in Canada, it's just like, fuck, man, I can't stand it here. North American culture, Canadian culture, you know, we sit here and have a corporate entity being our Canadian identity. Oh, can't wait to go to Tim Hortons when I go visit Canada. Suck my fucking frozen cock. Fuck. This place drives me bananas. We're just so dumb. That's the, like, we're so dumb and naive, and then we think, like, because we hop on Global News' Facebook post about an article and voice our opinion, we're making change. That's the issue, is everybody thinks they're making change by fucking sitting their fat ass on the couch, not going outside and making a difference. That's the exact reason why those 20 people standing on that railway are making a massive dent in what they want, because they actually took the time to be like, meh, fuck it, I'm going to be the biggest inconvenience in this country, which is railway, to get our resources from one end of the country to the other, because, you know, not only that, we don't have a pipeline to export those resources. Not that we have a pipeline that's going to export grain or anything like that. But my point being is, like, 18 people just stood there. The RCMP can't do anything. The fucking police can't do anything. As soon as a citizen steps up to the plate, they're arrested. Like, it makes no sense to me. It makes zero sense to me. Like, guys are just literally, there's dudes out there, man, that just want to go to work. They want to come home, and they just want to, you know, when the day job is over after dealing with all the bullshit, some dickhead fucking boss, the bullshit job that they have to do, all they want to do is support their family, come home, crack a beer, and play with their kids, or watch a movie with the wife, hang out, and just enjoy their time on planet Earth. And then you have some sons of bitches out there that are like, they don't even know. They don't even, like, never had an interaction with in their life, and just making their lives even more miserable. And that sucks. That sucks. That's like, fuck you, for one, if you're one of those people that just, like, go out of your way to be like, yeah, you know, you run into somebody every now and then, like a son of a bitch. Here we go. Here's a perfect instance. I'm at the chiropractor a while ago. I get my receipt. The lady's like, do you want a receipt? I'm like, no, I don't want a receipt. I'm some old guy. Oh, you should probably get a receipt. I don't want a receipt. I don't need a receipt. Well, you could get some money back from that. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I don't have time. I'm already running late. I came in here, my back's tweaked, I wanted to get cracked and hit the fucking road. And now I got to have a goddamn conversation with you about whether or not I need a receipt. Oh yeah, no, give him a receipt. Shut the fuck up, Larry. Shut the fuck up. I don't want a fucking receipt. Save I'm doing everybody else a favor. Save the paper. Save the fucking paper. But, oh, no. There you go, son. I just helped you out. No, you didn't. You just wasted my fucking time, because you know what I'm going to do with that fucking receipt as soon as I get into my truck? I'm going to crumple it up, and I'm going to throw it on my goddamn floor. Because now you just impeded on what, oh, fuck. See what I mean? Like, it just frustrates. Which brings me to my next point, that it's not the millennials aren't the fucking problem. It's these fucking boomers, man. The boomers are the issue. These sons of bitches think they know it all, and they're fucking idiots. Every time I see some moronic statement on my goddamn posts, it's always some old son of a bitch. Some old stupid fuck that just couldn't get over that the 80s have, like, gone and passed, like, 30 fucking years ago. 35, 40. You know? Yeah, you know, when I was 20 in the 80s. Shut the fuck up. It's fucking boom. See what I mean? It's boomers. Boomers cause the most, like, the Canadian pension plan. These fucking boomers fucked it all up for us. You know, We don't want to pay into it. The millennials are like, no, man, fuck these old bastards. They created the mess. Let them wallow in it. You sons of bitches. You were the issue. I don't know much more about that, but I'm just blaming the boomers. 'Cause isn't it funny that for all these years, it's been like, oh, millennials are snowflakes. Oh, millennials are fucking snowflakes. And then all of a sudden we're just like, all it took was 2 words. They're just like, oh, millennials do this. Millennials are lazy. Millennials. You know what we did? We invented the internet. I don't know if it was a millennial that did it, but we took the internet to places you stupid sons of bitches could never. You know what I mean? That thing that you hold in your hand with all those apps on it were developed by a 20-year-old. Think about that. Tell me that fucking millennials are lazy. But what I'm trying to say here, what I'm trying to get at here, all it took was 2 fucking words. 2 goddamn words to get under their skin. 2 goddamn words to get under their skin. Okay, boomer. Roasted. Complete meltdown in their brains. They're like, oh, that's harassment. Oh, yeah? Those past 10 years of hearing, oh, millennials. Oh, millennials this. Okay, boomer. Boom. Roasted. Gotcha, bitch. Now guess what? Now you need us. You need us to take care of that pension plan that we don't want to pay in because you boomers fucked everything up. See what I mean? There's just little things. But like even the Facebook comments. Where's Uncle Hack ranting? It's always the old people that like when I rant. I don't get it because, actually, no, that's a lie. I do get it because all they do is sit around and bitch and complain, and they love it when other people bitch and complain because it's the only time they can relate to somebody that's bitching and complaining. God. Now they got me bitching and complaining. You got me. You handcuffed me. We're fucking... you done got me, boomer. That's just where my mind goes. It's always, it's always the oldest, dumbest fuck. And they always got like a stupid picture of like their shitty fucking dog that's like a Shih Tzu or one of them. It's always like a lap dog, the typical old white man dog, like that. I don't know, like a schnauzer. I think they're called a schnauzer with like the beard and shit. It's just an old man dog, or little shitty dogs that. Like a Bichon Shih Tzu. They got a Bichon Shih Tzu. My dog is the best dog. Your dog couldn't even survive if a woodpecker stabbed it in the fucking head. It would whimper and cry. It wouldn't be able to fight back. If a bird of prey can literally snatch your dog up and just drop it. If you see those videos, and I'm not condoning of any like animal abuse or anything, but I'm just saying. It's pretty pathetic that these dogs that you have that are so great, you fucking boomer, that a blue jay could kill it. Sick dog, buddy. Sick dog. Meanwhile, millennials. I see you millennials out there. You got some pretty noble dogs. I'm seeing some Great Danes, Rotties, Pit Bulls, boxers. A noble breed. A breed of dog that if its ancestors were looking down on it, being like, that's a good dog right there. I see you guys out there. Some of you are hunters. You got your fucking bird dogs, your bloodhounds. Noble, great dog. Great dogs. And then the boomers come around with their schnauzers and Shih Tzus. Like a bunch of pussies. Fucking boomers. Drives me nuts. I'm having a meltdown over here. Oh, fucking dog. Dog people can be pretty annoying though. Dog people just have like, they're like parents. They're like newly parents on steroids for longer. You know, over time, a parent is just like a new parent is just like really. Oh my God, want to see a picture of my kid? Want to see my kid? See how great my kid is? And you're like, no, I don't give a shit. Your kid sucks. Your kid sucks. It's crying all the time, yelling and screaming, and the goddamn A&W fucking lineup. All I wanted was a teen burger, not to hear this kid want mom, 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 doing all that shit. I didn't want to hear that. I don't got it's crying because it only got 3 packs of ketchup when it wanted 2. Fuck. That's how kids are funny like that. You know what I mean? Oh, I only wanted 2 packs of ketchup. Well, you got 3. I know you always get 3. But I'm saying, like, dog people will literally, they don't even ask you. Be like, hey, look at this picture of my dog. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares about your dog. No one cares about your dog. You and you only. Other than other dog people. You ever seen a group of dog people get together and talk about their dogs? Fuck. That right there, you would be asking to be on that Malaysian fucking plane that crashed and went just completely missing. You would rather be on that plane than sit there and listen to that conversation with those dickheads talking about, yeah, well, did you see this photo of my dog? Look at her. She's looking at me and exuding this personality of where she's noble, but still quite mysterious. This is her after her 42nd bath. Do you document how many times your dog has had a bath? Yes, quite. Yes, quite. I do document how many times my dog has had a bath. In fact, I bathe it once a week. How petty of you, and how you're such a peasant not to wash your dog's fur less than once a week. But did you see this photo of my dog sitting on the couch after it pissed on the rug? Fucking stupid. Drives me nuts. Dog people are annoying. They are annoying. It's never like, yeah, like, she's just great. She's just great. Even though it's shredded your couch, like, you went through 3 couches. It's cost you about $68,000 in fucking medical bills. It's shit on every fucking rug that you've had. You leave the house, it pisses on your pillow. It fucking bites you because you don't feed it on time. You're a shit owner and a shit human. Fuck. It just... The conversations between them is honestly what I find funny. Is like, yeah... like... It's like they can crawl into a dog's thoughts just to tell everybody what it's thinking. Yeah, like, she doesn't like car rides because, back when she was a puppy, we went on one. And ever since, like, Prince's Purple Rain came on, and I dropped my cell phone and went to go pick it up, and I went to go turn the radio down because, I need to focus. And then now... and when that happened, I hit the curb and we just did a complete barrel roll over the Anthony Henday. And ever since then, she's terrified of the car. I don't understand why. Because you're a fucking moron. That's why. God. Oh, I think I got everything off my chest. I feel refreshed. This is a great way. This is a great way to refresh myself. Refresh, like a complete makeover on the system. I shut the world off for, what is it, like 45 minutes to an hour that I just go on here and babble, talk to whoever's listening, and it's enjoyable, It's cool to see the positive reviews, that's for sure. Just the argument too on top of it, when somebody's like, well, you didn't really touch on this or that, and it's like, well, I never thought of it like that. It's different to see different viewpoints. I'm always interested to hear how other people think of situations. So it's nice to like sit and talk and just like, even though I'm like pretty much talking to myself and I don't know, did you consider it talking to an audience right now? Do you consider it that, even though I'm sitting alone in my spare room, just babbling on? I don't know. That's a good question. Let me know what you think in the comments section. If you got this far, If you got this far, congratulations. I truly appreciate that you've stuck around for this. I'm sorry for putting you through an emotional TED Talk. I apologize for that. Again, yeah, thank you for tuning in to another Danger Cats podcast. We'll catch you again next week. I'm just going to say we're going to release these every Friday. I think it's a good thing to release on Friday. Something, throw her on in the office, throw her on in the truck, wherever you are. It's something to just, I don't know, maybe mindlessly listen to. I'm not overly sure. I don't know. I just do it because I like doing it, and I don't think that my opinion matters in this big old world. I think my opinion is like more so stupid, more than other. I just think I have a different way of looking at things, and I don't mind doing a podcast. Like I actually like it. This is my favorite thing to do. I just flip on my camera, flip on my mic, and I just write down a few topics that I feel like talking about, and I babble on for a while, and I get it all off my chest. It's a good release. It's a good way to stay engaged with everybody, see what they think, and yeah, in conversation starter. What else? That's it. Thanks for tuning in. Follow me at Uncle Hack 69 on Instagram and Facebook. Follow the Danger Cats at Danger Cats 69 on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Our Snapchat is Danger Cats SIXTY 9. The number 9. Don't spell 9. Spell the 60. Put the number 9. DangerCats.tv. New blogs getting thrown up. We'll have some new characters and influencers writing on there one day soon. It's a slow process. It's slow to enroll. It's taken a little bit longer than I thought it would, but you know what? Patience is something that I struggle with, and I'm starting to learn it a little bit more as I get older. So thank you again for tuning in. I'm going to leave you with this little commercial.